Hello, my dear friends. I hope you are doing good, staying home and staying safe. And now with exam time nearby, so I guess it's the most what to say the crunchiest time which people are having. I have gone through it. I know how it feels. So, but don't worry, you're doing great. Just believe in yourself that you're doing well. Your only belief can take you forward. Okay. So coming to ISCA preparation, the subject does not have any amendments but still needs a lot of revision to remember and recollect. The question comes now, you are revising well, you are remembering all the concepts, you are going through side headings, you are doing good, listening to the videos, everything is fine, listening to my MCQ videos and case study based MCQs also. The question comes how to present it. So this short video is for that part. First one, in the exam hall when you get the question paper, we should not write anything on the question paper. So don't write anything. Sorry. Just go through each and every question. That question which you can recollect well, almost all the concepts, you can start with that. The first question is mandatory, but it is not compulsory to start with the first question. So how you will start? When you'll get the answer booklet. Okay, complete the hall ticket and bubbling part, because you can't teach that dangerous thing in the end. Like writing all the exam well and you forgot to bubble the right hall ticket number. What is the use of writing then? It happened with me. So be careful. Start once you get the answer sheet, complete the examination formalities, whatever is there, and start writing. Then you open the first page, right? Take your, if you have your ruler in your hand, draw the right side margin so that it will constrict your place to write. Okay, so it will act as a border. So draw the right side margin and then start. And in the exam paper, first you found answer number 3 to be, you remember very well. So start saying in the middle of this, in the center of the heading. On the top there's a heading to the paper, right? On the center of that, write answer to question number 3A or 3B or 3C, whatever you are starting. Then if the question has any term to define or expand the term in the first line. Then if there's a definition, take the second line. Okay, second or third line. And then if the question has any side headings, if the answer has any side headings, first write off all side headings and mention the side heading point inside the margin. Okay, don't write outside, because outside pertains to the question number. So the examiner may get confused and he may take it wrong also. So write inside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or A, B, C, D of those side headings. Write the side headings names and then start expanding side headings by writing down. This may take a minute more for you, but at least examiner will come to know that you know the answer. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, if you have started 3B question, you turn the page, you wrote till the 1/4 of second page. Don't start next question there. Leave that. Take the next page, because every answer must be started or must begin in the new page. Now let us say you started 3B. Now you want to write 3A. So answer to question number 3A in the next page. The answer to question 3A must be in the heading center. Then follow the same procedure. Okay. Then 3C. So if question number 3 has ABC, all ABC, any like BCA or ACA or ABC something, all these 3 must be consecutively. Then go to the 4th or 5th. But it's not that you start 3A and then go to 4B. You should never do like that. All questions must be in one place. In case you're not remembering anything, leave that place, turn the next page, start one more answer. Okay, so that is where you need to keep in mind. And then don't forget question number 1. And when you are seeing the paper, any answer, there are 2 answers which you know approximately in the same level, and you need to make a choice, because you need to take one question as a choice. Go to that question where you remember more points for all ABCs. Okay, suppose in case let us say question number 4, you remember 4A well, 4B and C are not aware, only just 20% of that. But there's a question number 5A, 5B, 5C where you know almost well. So take that, because that will give you a more weightage as you're covering 3 questions there, and once you keep a pen, you may remember more. Okay. So the presentation thing goes, all the parts of the question must be in one place. The first heading of any page must be the answer to question number 3A or 2A, whatever you choose. Continue the answer even in the next page if possible. And there's any space, leave it side. Start at the new page, the next question. Maintain the right side margin And if you start revising, recorrecting from now, more side headings and the content, even the time is sufficient, you will avoid striking off. The less you strike, the more beautiful the paper will look. Okay, and then don't forget the first question and bubbling the hall ticket number properly. So this will give you the good look that every page is starting and writing off neatly. Writing side headings first shows that you know the answer. And don't keep on writing till the end. Keep 5 minutes for yourself to just see if you're missing anything in that. Like if you're missing your proper number, bubbling the correct number, then if you, did you miss your any MCQ or any answer, or did you forget to keep any question number? So those things you need to take in last 5 minutes. Then tie the paper and give it off. So how the presentation goes? All all parts of question sequentially. Each part of the question in new page, answer to question number so and so in the heading, in the center of the heading, then followed by definition, followed by side heading names, followed by expansion of side heading. This will give you the entire gamut and no need to underline anything. Just keep on writing with your black pen. Okay, so this is the way you present the paper, making it look good despite any answer you know here and there. The presentation will matter a lot in the ISKA. Okay, so please keep on revising ISKA paper where you need to write what is in the study material. You can't write anything out of your mind. You need to write what is there in that. So doing this way will give you more edge in the presenting of the exams, in presenting of a paper especially. Okay, and if you want to know how to present DT or IDT or any other paper, do let me know. Especially for direct taxes, I'll make a video for presentation also. So I hope this helped you, my dear friends. Please be safe, take care of your family and yourself, and also your preparation, and just believe in yourself. You can do it and you will do it. Okay, so see you in next video. Take care.